Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. I'm glad you decided to join us on this new adventure. So, just when we thought we saw all of the Grand Canyons of New York, meaning Letch Rush State Park and Watkins Glen, we found just one more. And the name of this place is Ausable Chasm. This place is located near the hamlet of Kingsville, New York, and it's not too far from Canadian border, so if you live in the city it might be a little bit of a drive for you, but it's certainly worth it. We're just at the beginning of the trail, and we're gonna head out to the Elephant's Head, so we should see from this side too. Oh, there it is. Wow, it does look like an elephant. I mean, guys, let me know if you disagree, but here's the picture of the actual elephant for comparison, and at least in my mind I think it looks like an elephant. Wow, it does. It's just amazing what kind of formations nature makes. I mean, some of the things are just the way it's shaped are just amazing. That's all I'm gonna say. But let's hike down this trail and let's see what else it has to offer. So the Ausable Chasm Trail is about 2 miles. So we're gonna cross the bridge now. We're gonna make it to the other side where the entrance is. You know, you pay the fee at the guest services office at the beginning of the trail where you park, and you just make your way down. We are here in the winter, so some of the normal activities that they usually have here are not going to be available. But what we saw on their website, they have whitewater rafting, and there were some special bridges and almost like it looked like a zip line. But if that's something you guys enjoy, you might want to come here in the summer. But I personally love it in the winter because it looks so magical, and you know, to me, just that's one of my favorite times to come here. What you see here in front of us is that bridge that we just crossed from the Welcome Center. So this place formed 500 million years ago. Wow. Ausable Chasm is a sandstone gorge that spans over 2 miles and about 150 feet deep. Let's make it down those stairs and see what else waits for us ahead. Well, every step we take on this trail, we submerge into this beauty. I mean, nature is amazing and amazingly beautiful, I should probably say. But wow, look at that. It's like you can't just, you know, it's like a work of art. I'm gonna be honest. It's like, you know, it's hard to describe. But let's make it down, and I think we're gonna end up at on the Elephant's Head. And let me see if I'm right. Yep, I am. So we are on top of that elephant head that we saw from the other side. So that's kind of cool. But let's see what this views are going to be like. And you see some of the trails. So you see some of those trails down there. So those are the ones that are open in the summer for the more adventurous hike. Because we're doing the basic one today. We're not doing that extreme hike, I guess they call it. But it's something you have to do in the summer again. But I mean, even the basic hike, honestly, this time of year, I think that's plenty to kind of enjoy this beauty. So it's been pretty mild today, but there was snow here, I guess, at some point early this week. So you see some of the leftovers. I can only imagine what this place looks like, completely covered in snow. And what I was told by someone, they do have snowshoeing here too. But let's take this narrow bridge to the other side of the trail and continue our journey. I hope you guys enjoying it so far, but we definitely are, man. I don't know about you guys, but I feel a little bit of adrenaline rush going through my body when I cross this beautiful rapids on the bridge. And here's the bridge from the side, so you see how small it is, and you got those rapids underneath you. Those bridges do get a little slippery, so I would definitely suggest wearing a nice hiking boots, because it is one of those, especially this time of year, it is probably one of those little more advanced hikes you can do here. Another suggestion I would make sure that your phone or your camera has enough space, because of every step we take on this trail, I see more and more beautiful picturesque scenes that I would love to capture with my phone, or my camera, but the space is limited. If I wouldn't have edited this video probably would have been 2 hours long, based on basically what we filmed here. But It's it's nice to get out to this beautiful nature and just unplug for a little bit. Even though if you don't like hiking, you don't like maybe nature as much as we do, but it's still good to try something different and completely just submerge into this beauty. I mean, honestly, that's the only way I can just I can call it on it, in plain terms. But we gotta keep walking now. That right now the trail is getting a little icier, so it's gonna be a little of a challenge. I think that's one of those nice hiking boots will be extremely helpful on this particular trail. And there's not enough ice on the trail to wear the spikes, but I think one thing I would probably do if it was a little more icier, or even bring like one of my hiking sticks. But yep, we're gonna keep walking and keep exploring this place. And here's another nice spot to take a beautiful nature shot. I mean, I could see this picture hanging somewhere on the wall or being presented somewhere. I mean, every part of this trail has this remarkable, stunning, beautiful scenes. I mean, it's like, you don't get tired of them. I mean, even though you think about it, oh, you're surrounded by similar, rock formations, but every spot is different and, it's different angles. Like, look at those beautiful, formations up there. I mean, you're just surrounded by rock formations, like you submerge into them. So the name Ausable Chasm is the namesake of Ausable River, which runs through the gorge and empties into Lake Champlain. And of course, if you watch some of our other videos, I always talk about history a little bit. So let me give you a little bit about, a little bit of a story for Ausable Chasm. So it first officially opened to public in 1870. And it's actually one of the oldest attractions in North America. But a little bit before there, in 1760, Major John Hove explored the chasm on robes. 5 years later, in 1765, Irish settler William Gellert encountered the chasm while exploring the shore of Lake Champlain. He even wrote in his journal that the gorge is the most admirable sight. Fortunately, Gillard's early settlement was destroyed during the American Revolutionary War, but the growth of the logging industry supported the settlement in the area around the gorge, creating the village of Kingswell. The first bridge across the chasm consisted of 2 logs planked with boards and was built in 1793. In late 19th century, the chasm Rainbow Falls was used to power Ausable Chasm Horse Nail Works, which produced 2 tons of nails a day, but unfortunately the factory was closed in 1925. That same year, the Ausable Chasm Bridge was built. Formal tourism at the chasm began in 1873 with the formation of Ausable Company by a group of the Philadelphia businessmen. Wooden walkways were constructed and the tours were running for about 25 cents. Some of the famous visitors of the chasm were Thomas Edison, John D. Rockefeller, Harvey Firestone, and Franklin and Eleanor Roosevelt. In 1897, sitting President William McKinley visited the chasm and rode the rapids on the Ausable River. Later on, the silent movies, including 3 Jumps Ahead, were filmed at the chasm, sometimes using it as a dramatic backdrop for stunts. In January and November 1996, the chasm was hit with 2 devastating floods. Both of those floods caused a lot of damage and encouraged them to reroute a lot of the tourist infrastructure and walkways. I hope you guys enjoy a little bit of a history of Ausable Chasm. And, it's always good to explore new places. In my opinion, I don't know which place deserves the title of Grand Canyon of New York more. And, Letchworth State Park, Watkins Glen, or this place. I like them all, honestly. To me, they all Grand Canyons of New York. But that's what I think. Let me know if you guys think. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next video.